Hey tubers and pickers, it's Drew the California Picker. Welcome back to California Pickin'. And ever since I did that video recently about the vintage glass marbles, I've really gotten into the subject, tried to learn everything I need to know about vintage glass marbles. However, it's a really deep subject, and it's probably going to take years to learn all the different nicknames for these marbles and all the manufacturers, etc. So I just want to make a point. I am a complete beginner and a novice, but I have that kind of personality where I latch on to something I really enjoy, and I try to suck up all the information I can. And so I've learned a little bit more since the last time, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to identify too many of these, but maybe you guys out there can help me out, because I know there's marble heads out there looking at this collection. So yeah, and subscriber Vicky pointed out that there are two different kinds of marbles, and I didn't mention it. There are handmade marbles, mostly made in Germany, and those are hand-blown marbles, and they were made before the turn of the century, before 1900, and there are machine-made marbles made after 1900, and those are just some rough dates, but the earlier handmade glass marbles will have a little nib or knob on the side of them, and that's called a pontil, and that's where the artisan broke the marble off the blowing stem, causing that little imperfection on a handmade marble called a pontil. And you'll see it on any hand-blown bottle or paperweight or whatever, and they usually just grind it down and polish it off, and that's how that's handled. But the newer ones, these are the ones you're looking at here. These are machine made. These are made after 1900, and probably somewhere around 1930s, I would imagine. And back then, the marble capital of the United States was West Virginia, and there were several different top manufacturers of marbles that had factories in West Virginia, but they came up with a machine that made these marbles, and they're pretty interesting. So I came across another hoard. These are not the same ones, and I want to show them to you. I think there's some really good ones in here, so let's check it out, guys. I think what I might do is just I'm going to do a zoom, and we'll get some focus, because if I try to go back and forth, it's not going to work. So let's look at this one. Really cool, kind of subtle marble. This one is really, I think, outstanding, with that big S snake-like deal. I pulled these all out of a jar that had some ordinary cat's eye marbles in them, which is what you normally would see out there. But when you see these different interesting type of marbles, you'll know that these are the collectible kind. And as I said before, God, my focus keeps going in and out. Come on. As I said before, your handmade marbles will be more valuable, and then you go to these type of marbles, these vintage marbles. So this is just a clear one with like a lemon in there. Sorry. Hopefully that will focus. Come on. Sorry about that. All right, maybe we just look out here at them and try to go through them quickly, as quick as possible. Great colors, varieties, and some of the companies that you might look for learning about are Vitro, Peltier, Agate, Vitro Agate, Acro Agate, and there's a few more. MF Christensen and Christensen Company, I believe that's called. those are really good marbles to find, the Christensen marbles, because they have a lot of these kind of inside swirls. Another thing I didn't mention in my last video, the more interesting the marble is in color and what's inside the marble, like as far as a swirl or a glitter, some type of gold leaf, or something on the inside where you can see inside the marbles, those usually do the best. These are a little bit more opaque, but let's look at this back row. Now these, you can confuse these, and I might have also, but I think these are called bananas because they look like a banana, and they are a type of cat's eye bananas, or banana cat's eyes. And there's one in several different colors right there. And let's look at the back row. Yeah, I'm not getting some great... We're at the end of daylight, but when I pull the camera back, you can see the color. And I was telling you about these. The bigger the marbles, the better. Big marbles and small marbles do well. These are the normal size marbles, but these are the shooters in which you would play the game. And these are large bananas, banana cat's eyes. And there's 1, 2, 3 of those. And I thought those are interesting, and those are worth collecting. Here's just a clear one. No big deal on that. But yeah, pretty good hoard right there. And for that bunch, I'm not sure how many there are. I think there's something like 30, 31, something like that, I think. Picked them up for 15 bucks. And I think there's some really good ones, especially this one. This one's neat. I like this one. It had little flecks in it, and then this one really kind of just kind of looks like cracked ice on the inside of that. Like, it's hard to see that exactly, but anyways, if you like the video, if you like learning about marbles, and if you'd like to see more marble videos, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave your comments. Tell your friends about California Pickin'. Keep on picking your vintage glass marbles. And these are the machine-made kind. Cheers now.